Welcome to another episode of Behind the Seams with George Courey. Today, I'm here with my brother, my big brother,
That's right.
older
That's
brother,
right. Better looking brother.
Rob.
Yes,
Rob,
that's right.
welcome.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me
Behind
on our podcast.
on
Thanks.
our podcast,
Thanks.
Behind the Seams. You know what's
Yes.
funny is so I let my son Theo watch one of the episodes of Behind the Seams.
Oh,
You know, he's
really?
6 years old, as you know,
Oh.
and from then on, he's obsessed with going behind the seams. He always goes behind the seams. So this morning, I
Oh,
told him,
my
"Yeah, I'm
goodness.
going to the studio. We're going to do an episode," and he goes, "An episode of Behind the
Oh,
Seams."
my Like
It's
father, like
hilarious.
son.
Yeah.
Like father, like son. Oh, my
So
God.
here we
So
are,
cute.
behind the seams.
Here
Can
we
you
are.
believe that we're still doing this here?
It's 7 months we're into this
Right.
now. It's been a wild ride.
So this
let
is
me
our
tell you.
first episode of 2026.
Yes.
And 2026 also marks the 116th year
That is
of
correct.
George Courey,
That is
right? If I
correct.
do my math correctly.
That is correct.
So
10.
116 years, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
big
It's
year,
exciting.
2026.
Big year 26. It's a milestone. We're looking forward to it.
2026 is a milestone.
Yeah.
It's 116. It's not. I wouldn't
I'll take a milestone. I'll take it. They're all milestone. Every year that we get through is a milestone. I don't know what you're talking about. No, it's good. No, we're gonna have a good year. It's gonna be great. We're excited. The whole team, George Courey is excited, ready to go to kill it this year.
Mhm.
To really service our customers, to kill it for
Mhm.
everybody, and yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, so 2025 was an interesting year for sure. I think the point of the episode today is to kind of wrap 2025 and then talk about where we're going in 2026. So
Exactly.
for our customers as well as our suppliers, everybody within our network here. So we'll talk about 2025 a little bit. And it was an interesting year. So for us, record year, we had record revenues in 2025,
Yeah.
which is fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
A testament to the whole team. I think everyone worked really, really hard.
Yeah, and of course, I would be remiss if I don't thank our customers. Of course,
Right.
that's it's all thanks to them and the trust they put in everybody at George Courey. So we appreciate all of you, and
Yeah.
thank you so much for supporting us.
And of course, the podcast.
I mean, I think that's the main driver is the podcast. But I wasn't going to say anything, but sure, sure.
It was fun, the podcast
Yeah.
this year. We had a lot of
fun.
people on the podcast, internal, some outside people, some customers as well. And it was fun, right? We
Yeah.
took it on the road.
took it on
Remember
the
in the
road.
Clean Show?
Yes.
Which was very cool. We had that booth set up with the podcast there. Remember?
Yeah.
What a nightmare that was, eh?
What?
Remember? Do you
Well,
remember none of the equipment arrived?
Nothing worked. Nothing arrived with a scramble last minute. But you know what? It looked great, and
It
we
worked
killed
out.
it. I agree.
It worked
was
out.
fantastic.
You guys were up all night trying to figure out how to do it. I went to
was
Best
crazy.
Buy or whatever, trying to figure out how we could buy the equipment last minute.
We make it look easy, but
yeah.
behind the scenes, it's always
Behind
always
the
something special.
scenes,
Always
yeah.
something special. Let me tell you.
So yeah, we took it on the road. You know what? And people love it.
Yeah.
And I think they like it for a few reasons. Number one, I think it's fun and different, right? But also, I think it's truly a look into our company and how we do things, how we operate, like the different perspective we bring on business. I think that's why people are kind of resonating with the podcast. And it's created a little bit of stickiness with some of our customers. I know with a lot of our suppliers as well. I was just in Germany at a trade show where a lot of our suppliers were there. You had all kinds of people being like, I want to be on the podcast. I want people I don't even know. And they're just like, everyone, it's first of all, it's international.
Wow,
It's global.
That's crazy.
It's out there.
That's crazy.
And I think that it's a little bit different, right? So the plan is to keep that going in 2026.
Yeah, I think we have to recognize why we started, right? Why we started was to get in front of our customers in a different avenue than just our sales reps that usually see them. It's to give a different light and to be informative. So a lot of the time, as you notice, ramping up from last year, we've had a lot of special guests, not just George Courey employees, but special guests on the podcast. Been super exciting to introduce those folks.
Yeah.
And it was really to bring some more information and a different setting to our customers and be that voice to be able to bring new information, what's upcoming, what's trending, all that fun stuff. And absolutely, we are going to continue moving this forward to 2026. We're super excited. We have a lot of really great guests already lined up coming into this year. So stay tuned.
Don't pump it
for
up
that.
too much. Now it's not like an infomercial here. I mean, it's not like
I'm
we don't have
excited.
Joe Rogan walking through the door here. but
You never know. You never know. You never know. I'm excited. Listen, I'm excited to get this going. And like I said, we have a lot of great guests and a lot of good information, and we're going to be sharing it with everybody. So yeah, we're still.
But you know what's key is that because 2025 was like a year of instability, right? There was so much stuff going on that it was unpredictable what's happening next. And so I think that this was kind of our way of telling customers as well as suppliers alike and everyone within the network. Here's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Here's what we're going through. Here's how we do it, and try to bring some information to the table so people can make better decisions on in their businesses, but also just to peek behind the curtain as to the challenges that we're facing,
Absolutely.
and maybe some opportunities that arise from those challenges. Right?
I think it always helps to have those conversations when you're fully transparent. And I think that was what part of this was as well, as being transparent, being open in front of, being a little bit, vulnerable to a certain degree to our clients, and letting them know, like you said, a peek inside of what our day to day and what we're dealing with. And I think that always helps to bring some realism to the conversation, and it does help with allowing our customers to understand what we're going through, and it helps the conversation, and of course build that relationship
and trust, right?
And the trust aspect, and again it continues into the 2026.
It's funny, it's a little bit of the age we're in, right? So like I remember when we first started working, and our dad was obviously running the company, and it would be like, don't tell anybody about anything. What, like, they don't even know what country that towel's made. They don't need to know. And there was this very sense of keep your cards close to your chest, right?
Absolutely.
Whereas today it's kind of like, hey, my cards are out there, and here's what we're doing, and here's how we do it, and this is what we're doing, so they could get a better appreciation. Because, and I think, and it's no knock on our dad and the way he did things, but it was just
generational, different the way the business
times,
was done.
right?
Absolutely, definitely the way business was done back then was a lot different than it is today. More seamless today, more transparent today, and I think it shows the trust that we have between us and a customer. And I think it did change, but I think it changed for the better. I think it changed for the better. I think we're all better for it, and being open and transparent is where it's going, and I think it will continue, and especially with AI and things going forward, and a lot of information that's not secretive anymore. It's just going to get more open. So it's always good to have those open conversations.
And just for the record, this is not AI.
This is not AI.
No.
We are very much real.
Yes. Even though it may look like we're models here, sitting here with perfect, flawless skin and perfect complexion, we are not AI. We are real.
We are very real. Right. We are sitting here hot under the lights. Yes, we are real. It's happening.
It is hot.
Yeah, it is. No, it's good. Yes, we are real. AI is not.
But one day, maybe not.
Maybe not. But I know we are talking about AI a lot. We are talking about the future a lot. So it's always good conversations, and you never know where
it is funny. So there's AI, right, and then there's automation. I think a lot of times people confuse the two. I think that for sure using AI in order to automate processes, which if we're talking about a wrap of 2025, we've started a lot of projects where that's the case. It's just to automate some of those clerical, those kinds of actions. But AI is next level. AI is a tool, right, that everyone should be using in every aspect of their lives as well as their professional lives.
Absolutely.
And we have as well at George Courey, and I think that you're right. In 2026, that will definitely ramp up.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's a little bit of, using AI is definitely a very helpful tool in most cases. It helps you do your work more efficiently, but ultimately helps you get things moving quicker. And that also helps customers get answers quicker. It helps the communication between, for example, George Courey and our customers, help them get the information as fast as they can, because their businesses move fast as well. So everybody's got to move in a quicker pace. And and if you're not using AI now, you're already a little bit behind. I'll be totally honest with you. So everybody's got to get into it. We're obviously moving forward with it. We have a lot of great initiatives at George Courey with AI driven, behind it, and more to come. Listen, it's constantly evolving.
Yeah,
Things are constantly evolving.
And you're right, to your point of constantly evolving. It's a matter of trying. And trying something out, and you're not always going to hit it on the first attempt.
To fail.
It's okay, and you learn from trying to integrate a technology and failing from it. You learn from what you need, and you move on to the next, and you hope that you can figure out what's best for your company over time. And so I think that we've seen that in 2025 with our company. Hopefully, we have less fails in 2026 in that regard. But if we do, we do, and it's a cliche, obviously, right? You learn from your mistakes and all that, but it's so true with AI. And today it's like, it doesn't have to be a huge ERP integration kind of thing. That it could be even a small element of your business you're trying to automate or use AI to augment, and it could work or can't work. But you don't know if you try.
Yeah, I agree.
What was the Michael Jordan quote? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Something
right?
like that. Something like that.
He had another quote, but we won't. That's an inside joke. Now we're bringing inside jokes into
that one. It's always good to quote.
Yeah, yeah. The funny,
Reference.
I'll tell the story. Rob brought a quote into one of his presentations internal, and he thought it was from Michael Jordan, but
Yes.
it was Michael Jordan something,
Something.
right? It,
Yes.
nothing to do with basketball.
Different.
Anyways,
Still a
funny.
great quote, though. Let's not knock the quote. The quote was fantastic.
It was a
Right up
decent
there.
quote.
It was what we wanted, what we needed.
We also didn't understand the quote.
Well, listen, I think I explained it pretty good.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, there's
Yeah,
you
it
got to
was
try
good.
to look, you got to try to look at how you can
Right.
mesh what we want to do and what we want to accomplish with some sort of motivational
That's right.
aspect. Let's put it that way.
So we'll talk a little bit about that. So where this famous quote, now infamous quote, came
Yes.
up was in our strategic planning
Yes.
session, right?
Mhm.
So for those that don't know, again, looking at behind the scenes a little bit, we go through a rigorous strategic planning throughout the year, but we have a real rigorous one towards the end of the year to set up the next year, which we've just kind of finished that. So as a team, we set, corporate objectives that are matched with some key results that all have action plans behind them. That's kind of how we do our strategy.
Well, you take this transparency very, very seriously.
Yeah, that's it.
So, all right, yeah, let's map it out. Let's map it out for everybody. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's for me as a company that's growing, and this resonates with our company, but I'm sure with a lot of others that are watching this podcast as well. As you're growing so rapidly, the job of leadership is to make sure that we're all aligned, we're all rowing that boat in the same direction, and so to have a system to manage that and track progress towards certain objectives and certain strategies that we put in place.
Absolutely.
It's very important to our business, right? And I would suggest that for any company that's rapidly growing is you need to have that focus and those touch points and those milestones to actually know if we're hitting progress. Because day to day, you get thrown into many different directions, and you kind of never know if you're going the right way unless you always kind of realign and navigate correctly.
Yeah,
right?
I think definitely you're spot on. I mean, keeping the team focused, keeping them organized, acting as one company, one family, one unit, I think is so important for everybody to have a seamless approach to everything they do every day to make sure we're hitting our goals and all that fun stuff. So yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think it's as you're growing and as we are evolving, it is way more important for us to get all on the same page.
Right.
That's why we do have touch points. We do offsites. If you're getting into it, we do offsites. We do little meetings here and there. I mean, it's really it's a good time to get everybody together. So we try to do as much as we can.
So we're ready to go for 2026. So some of the things that that our company is looking towards is we've expanded a lot into the U.S.
Yep.
So I think that will continue. I think that we see that that's happening in a good way. I think we've created a bit of a niche in the marketplace where we really excel and we're able to add value to our clients. So I think the U.S. will continue to grow. I think hospitality is really interesting in 2026 for our business, right?
Yeah.
So we've touched on a nice little niche of the market as well, which are these kind of vacation rental, long-term rental kind of establishments, which I think has been working quite well.
Yeah,
a growing segment, right?
I think it's definitely a growing segment, something we're concentrating on and going to be, definitely accelerating in 2026, not only in the US, but also Canada. And also to say Canada as well, in terms of revenue of last year, did very, very well. Hospitality, long-term care, we did really well in Canada as well. So just a great kudos to the team for keeping the focus there and doing really well. And again, growing this year, expecting some serious growth. But yeah, long-term care, hospitality segment, something we're going to be focusing on this year as well. So that's exciting. Some new associations we might be joining as well. So that's to come. And we hopefully will touch on that on other podcasts in the future. But otherwise, we have a lot of really exciting things on the go. 2026 is definitely starting to be and ramping up to be a really exciting year. We're looking forward to it and taking you guys all along for the ride.
There you go. All right. Well, looking forward to take that ride with you, Rob.
There you go. Thanks, Jeffrey. Appreciate it.
On Behind the Seams.
There we go. Another episode, wrapping up 2025 and looking forward into 2026.
Let's go, baby, to the moon.
Go. Thank you.